think we're live. Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? I hope we are. How we doing in here? We got 2 likes in here. What's going on? Let me know if you're in here. We got to talk about this. It's absolutely crazy. Oh, man. Parents, man. If anyone's going to join up.
$26 is a good number. I like that. Bump up Dieter. Keep the power going, bro. Keep the power going. We released Jalen Davis. What?
What's up, Finsanity? How you doing? Not many people are coming in my stream, but we got to talk about this. We have to talk about this. Most definitely do. By the way, Finsanity, thank you so much for the love on the videos. Tupac, what's up? Man, oh my God, we got some breaking news. Absolutely breaking. Rip you everywhere. Wait, is that like me being everywhere? Is that like my stream being a problem, or is it all good? Guys, listen to me. Listen to me right now. I was playing that man, great one. Great one. And I was starting Jake Rudock. I was being with Jake Rudock. Xbox is down right now. I started Jake Rudock and I was beating Great One. Think about that. Anyone want to join up in here? I kind of want to test it. Yeah, I was beating him. I was beating him with it was 10-7 going into halftime, and then my internet shut off. It's no joke. You can go ask Great One. If we can get Great One in here, where you can go to his stream, he'll say it himself. I was beating that man. Jake Rudock at the end of the half threw a dime to, I think, Devontae Parker. So, I was beating him. But let's get into this. This is crazy. The Dolphins. What do you think about Isidora? I'm about to get into that. So we traded for a guard from Minnesota. Danny Isidora. Was a 3-year starter at Miami University. I think he might be. I don't know if we're trading for him. It doesn't really seem much like a backup. He might fight for the right guard spot. Maybe we can stick him in there and he'll be the new right guard. That's been kind of like a question. But the biggest news, seriously, it's not even about the trade. Kiko Alonso requested to be traded. Kiko requested. That's kind of crazy. Bye, Kiko. Kiko hasn't been that bad, you know? Kiko has, he's always a guy that's getting to the football, though, and he never gives up on a play. But if he doesn't want to be here for the rebuild, it's whatever. Maybe he'll get cut. No, I think that would be too much on the cap. But trading for a guard, I think he's going to be a starter. He could be the starter. He's only started 3 games out of 21 in his career. I wish Xbox Connection was working right now so I could talk to Great One. That's a rip to Kiko, though. That feels bad for him. That's kind of cool. You can do that. Kind of learning this stuff. But if he wants to go, then you can go. But also a big thing is that Reese Horn was released. Cut, I guess. Yeah. I'm not seeing all this right now. So Kiko wants to move on from the Dolphins, and the Raiders released Brandon Marshall today. Imagine picking him up. Where do you guys get all these news that these players are getting cut? Is Omar Kelly tweeting it out? I kind of want to know. We're just trying to get people up in this live, man. Batman cut. I want to see this. Omar Kelly. Is Omar Kelly reporting this? Quentin Poling was released. I didn't expect him to make the team. No, it must be all coming out by the Miami Dolphins. I got sources. Oh, okay. Because nobody's really putting out who they're releasing. I guess you can go by who played last night. Who really played last night? Who's getting released? Unless they just had huge games, which nobody really had that big of a game. Been saying you want to join the stream and talk about it? Released Trenton Irwin, Michael Dunn. So Alonso isn't starting, so he decides he wants to leave. The Raiders are trying to trade for Kiko Alonso right now. You cut wide receiver Reese Horner. All right, yeah, I'm getting it from someone else right now. All of it. Oh my god. I think Mark Wallen made the team. I think he did. I think Mark Wallen made the team. How do I even do that? How do I invite people into it? Invite. Oh, okay. All right. So what I need to do is put this. There you go. Copy that thing, and then you can go into it. I don't know how I feel about Kiko. I thought Kiko was always a guy that was going to be here. That's a little sad. Everyone's still freaking out about the whole year, the whole big thing. About Devontae Parker doing the peace sign. What up, guys? We got
Hello.
Insanity up here.
Hey, everybody.
So, not many people in here, but still starting out small. How do you feel about this?
What specifically?
About the trade?
I think it's a good trade. Anytime you get a guard that has experience, especially starting experience for a 7th-round pick, you couldn't ask for anything more. You give a guy a shot, and if anything, he can come in, teach the young guys some techniques, and have him ready and geared up to go next year or even later in the season.
So you don't think he could come into the system and start week 1?
Oh, definitely. I think he could come into the system and start week one. I'm definitely excited to see where they place him. Hopefully, they allow Dieter to continue to grow at left guard and
Yeah.
place him at right guard. But just having another veteran guy to go along with this young offensive line is going to be amazing, especially with the young guard room. If you want to think about that, any knowledge can help these guys. And coming from the NFC North, great place because those a lot of those teams are pass first offenses. So he has to have some type of experience in pass blocking, which we definitely need to shore up a little bit. So I'm 100% for it and excited about it when you think about it from that aspect of it.
Yeah, I think there's a reason that we did this trade. We could have easily just picked up somebody else off waivers tomorrow. It would have been super easy to do it, but we looked at him and I guess we thought this guy could start for us at some point and be on the
Yes.
offensive line. So what about Kiko? What do you think about Kiko?
I'm happy for him.
That's it.
I No, honestly, I understand his logic. Of course, he wants to start. He's put a lot of time in. He's been on a couple teams now. I know he's been on the Bills, the Eagles, us. So I'm definitely for him developing more. The Raiders would be a great place for him to go.
Yeah,
They definitely need linebackers. So he's trying to go to a place where he could still start and be productive and show his worth. And I know that with the guys that we have here with Sam and Baker and then Raekwon coming along, and we don't know what's going on with this Jadeveon Clowney situation. He knows the writings on the wall. Most likely, he did make the roster, but he knows that his time on the Dolphins is coming up. So why not jump the gun, get situated somewhere else where he could probably get another maybe 2-3 years out of it.
yeah,
And what's the name? So for what Kiko has done for our franchise, I am truly grateful. I'm very, I appreciate it all. He's always been there to force a fumble or grab an interception out of out of nowhere. He's also been that guy who's given us, roughing the passer
yeah.
and not the necessary roughness calls. But
Most of that one hit against Joe Flacco, I still think it was a BS call. I
oh,
think
that was clean.
that was definitely clean. Like when I started noticing Kiko Alonso was back in 2016 when he got that pick against the Chargers, basically for the game-winning pick six. So he never gives up on plays. That's what I have to say about him. He's always been the guy to never stop running after the person with the ball. He never just stops on the field and just says, "Oh well, the plays, it's a touchdown, it's whatever." No, he runs through it. It doesn't matter at any point in the game. But
Yeah.
it's really I want to know how much we could possibly get from him. And by the way, Finn's Daily with Matthew. What's up, man?
Oh, hey, Matt. I can't see who's in the chat because I'm really on the StreamYard thing. Anything beyond a fourth, I'd be happy with. I don't expect us to get anything above a fourth. I wouldn't expect us to even get a fourth for him.
Yeah.
A lot of the team is going to be taking on the cap for us, which is going to be really great. Things like this lets me know that they are gearing up for something big. I don't know what this big move is going to be or when it's going to come through, but letting go of a guy who has a pretty solid contract for us and trading him instead of releasing him definitely shows something. But anything fourth or later, I would be happy with.
If we do end up getting a fourth round pick, that'd be really nice having three. Isn't it 3 fourth round picks now?
Yeah, that would be three.
That
Be three.
I don't think we'll definitely use all of them. I think that could be trade bait also, that we just have those picked ready if we do indeed need to move up in the draft this coming year, which is a big possibility, especially with that at the number 32 spot, as TD keeps saying. But if we need to move up, then we have all those draft picks. Also, do we have 2 7th round draft picks, or is that our 7th gone now?
One of them might be gone now. I don't know if we had 2 7th. I know we had 2 6, I believe. Because I know we picked up a 6th rounder.
Okay.
Saints, but we might not have a 7th rounder now. But
if we have 2 6, that would still be nice.
Yeah. I mean, I tell people, you never know when you're gonna pick up a gym. It could be in any one of these rounds. Think about Jakeem Grant. He fell. He
Yeah, big
completely
time.
fell, and he had a very good case. He wasn't invited to the combine at all. He had to show up to somebody else's pro day just to be looked at by
Yeah,
scouts. And then he even put out tape of showing how he was beating some of the best cornerbacks that were being coveted, and he still dropped to us very late. And
yeah,
you never know. So I definitely watch the draft from day 1 to day 3 all the way through, because
Shit,
it's
I'm
it's guys
lagging.
like this that can change the franchise.
yeah, definitely. Pete says, have you seen game tape on Danny Isidora? I haven't really seen him at all. He's only had 3 games of 21 games in the NFL.
Pete who?
Pete Isidore or Pete Autos. Is the person that's commented.
Is it Pete Martinez?
P audio.
Okay,
Uh,
because me and the other Pete have to talk about some things, but
and he says, if we trade Tunsil, we should all revolt. That's just being a stupid fan base.
if we trade Tunsil, we should be happy.
Definitely. Oh, we got a special guest up in here. We got a special guest. Oh my God. TD!
TD.
What's up, man? What's up, guys?
Oh my
Hey.
God. This man's actually on my stream.
Man, I hurt my
TD,
back.
I want to let you know.
I hurt my back, guys. I had to lay backwards for a little bit.
We
Oh,
can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
I can hear him pretty well.
It might just be me.
Can you hear me, Finsanity?
I could hear you.
Yeah, we can both hear him.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, man, I
Maybe
injured
it's
my
my
back
phone.
today,
Hold on a
man.
second.
I saw you guys live. I had to see if I could get in on the show, man.
Yo, man, how do you feel about this right now? About Kiko wanting to get traded out?
Hey, bye, Kiko.
See you later.
It's that simple, man.
What about the trade though? Do you feel like you could be a starter?
Who's that?
Oh my God, how did I
Oh,
already?
hit our 7th round pick for
Danny
some
Isidore.
guard.
I think I lost you guys.
He's gone.
TD left us. That's
Yeah,
how it
he probably has to go live
be.
and start reporting a lot of this
he
stuff.
he probably doesn't want to say it on my channel. He wants to go to his own channel and put his own take on it. Make sure he puts out to his fan base, which is a lot bigger than mine. Like, this is probably the most I've ever had people on the stream. We got 7 people in here right now. If you haven't pushed the like button right now, make sure you do that. Oh, TD's back. TD.
I'm sorry. My bad, man. I think I hit
Okay,
something.
now I can hear you.
Oh, well, I guess it worked out then.
Pete says not
TD,
the
check
Pete,
it out.
not the other
Can you
Pete.
check it out? We traded a 2027th round pick for a guard from Minnesota.
Yeah,
His name is Danny Isidora or something like that.
I think he's going to be he can potentially start or just be a depth at the position. To figure out
Definitely.
I haven't checked him out yet. I really don't know who he is.
Someone
I haven't
asked
watched him tape
TD
on.
what you think about Tunsil trade.
What do I think about Tunsil's
Tunsil trade, yeah, hasn't happened.
Listen, man, I'm over it, man. At the end of the day, people need to understand if you're looking to build your team for the future. I mean, if you find a deal, you got to do what you have to do. I mean, it's not that serious about just one player. These are the same players that was. It's not like they made a difference in us getting it done in the past. I mean, I just don't fall in love with players, man.
Yeah.
I just don't.
What would you want out of a Tunsil trade?
Me, I would want if it was just a straight up Tunsil 2 first rounders.
All right. What would you say to people that say like Laramie Tunsil is like a guy that we can't get rid of because he's such a part of like our rebuild and for the future? And if you're getting rid of him, like that's just basically you're you're just going to replace him with somebody else. So is it even worth it?
Yeah, it's worth it because people think that if you get rid of Tunsil, you have to replace him with another Tunsil. That's false. That's a false narrative. If you get rid of Tunsil, you might be able to replace Tunsil with two starting offensive linemen for half the price. I mean, do people realize that Tunsil's about to be a $17 guy?
Yeah.
This man is about to be a 17, $18 million guy. And then you look at the Patriots, and they don't spend more than 22 million on their entire offensive line.
It's true, and that's why they win Super Bowls.
It's crazy to me, man. I can't even chat right now. I don't even know if people chatting. How many people you got in the room?
I got like 10 people in here right now, not as much as you.
I put a link on my channel, so people are gonna slowly but surely, and they may come over.
Thank you so much, man. That helps a lot.
Thank you for doing this, man.
No problem.
What's up, Finsanity? Hey, did you send it?
Listen, I mail dropped it to you like I did last time. When it drops, it drops. Because I remember last time I dropped it to you,
Like
and you
3
didn't get it until like 3 hours later. So you're probably looking at like
2 more
6,
hours.
7 o'clock maybe.
It's
But I
fine.
dropped it like 2:45.
Yeah, as
It's
soon as
done.
I'll do the edits, and then I'll put it out for everybody.
Okay.
All right.
I'm excited about it. I'm not gonna get too much into it because you guys have to watch. But I like to give a different perception of news that's out there. So like whatever the story is, I try to get people to see it from a different aspect that the media isn't allowing it to be seen as, especially since it's always negative content about the Dolphins always coming out. So in order, to complete this rebuild that we're going through, people think it's about, changing our players and stuff. It's really about a perceptional rebuild and a mentality rebuild and how, we're perceived by the world and how we perceive ourselves as a fan base. And I think it really is starting because you're seeing how the team is taking strides forward to become different, not be those same old for the team, that gives up a fourth quarter lead. Sort of say I had to go through that era where we just get blowing every fourth quarter lead that we had possible, or that team that's just the middle of the pack. We don't suck, as they say, because we're never picking in the top 10, and we're not that elite franchise. We're not the name that we used to be. We don't strike the same fear, and I think that's what the rebuild is about: getting that fear back into the league. That the Dolphins do have a stance, they do have a stature, and they do have a level of competitiveness that needs to be respected. And that's what the rebuild is, to me, it's all about. But it's all a mentality thing, and we as a fan base have to get behind it too. Because as long as we allow the media to, you know, keep digging this grave for us that we choose not to lay down in, they're going to just keep digging.
Yeah, and a bunch of these reporters, they're just writing crap whatever they want because they're just bored since the season hasn't started yet, and they'll just put anything on the wall and see what sticks and gets the fan bases, and that's what they just really do. Whoever like puts out the most controversial thing is going to get paid, and that's how it works in the media now, and that's sad.
Oh gosh, Omar.
Omar,
I had to say it. I had to say it. But
you don't like Omar?
who?
You don't like Omar Kelly?
I love Omar Kelly. I love everyone that's got, has told us to love everyone. Do I always, mine's actually just dropped for me. So it might be dropping for you.
I just got it. As soon as I can get up off of my back, I'll start loading.
Okay. But I absolutely love Omar Kelly because we need people like him. We need people within the organization who people need to prove wrong. If everyone was, just, saying, oh, yeah, it's going to be okay, you need someone who needs, to elevate the team's want to elevate their level of competition so they can go out and prove a guy like Omar Kelly wrong. And so far, we technically haven't done it, but I'm all for, anyone's analysis. And a guy like Omar Kelly is very special and very rare because he could easily, he works, I think he's a beat writer. He could easily, give lazy analysis, but at least whenever he says something, he tries to go in depth and explain what he says. Even though I may not always agree with it, he is somewhat, I'm not going to say somewhat because he is logical and he is knowledgeable and he's always at the games and he has, some inside track. But you need guys like that in the organization who's going to, you know, challenge the players and challenge their play and not just accept what's going on. So he has his place and he has his purpose and his uses, and I'm thankful for him.
Yeah, I totally understand that. T, you got anything else to say?
No, man, I'm enjoying this, man. I'm really enjoying it. I don't get to do this often.
Yeah, you the big man in the Dolphins community, so everyone wants to see you streaming.
It's a lot much bigger guys than me, man. They're the goats of the world. They're the great guys. But no, man, all this stuff coming out. See, it's moments like this where things come out in flurry. Kiko Alonso's story, traded for a guard. This is when I kind of sit back and observe because it's gonna be something after something after something. I mean, it's not gonna stop. The next 24 hours, we're gonna be involved in about 4, 5, 6 different things. You're
Yeah,
gonna have 8 players that are free on the market. So at the end of the day, I want to see what we're going towards
thank you.
and what's the
Thank you.
overall picture when it's all
No,
said
that's
and
my
done.
emergency.
Yeah, I think that bringing the guard in for a 7th round pick, somebody who
Okay,
we can
mom,
rock
mom, 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 mom.
possible
Please get
that
up.
we haven't been at this guy from day one. We probably already knew he wasn't going to make the cut. We probably wanted to secure him by giving a late round pick to make sure that we got him on our roster. Probably has good hands, good eyes, good feet that this team feels they can work with and make him into something. So I think at the end of the day, and he has NFL experience. First year he played 7 games, only started one. Last year he played double the games. So he has some experience, and I think those are the type of pickups you can look forward to over the next day or two. Those guys who have some experience, and we're bringing them in to fill this roster out and give depth at positions where we feel we're weak at. That's why these 53-man roster projections, even though I gave one today, I mean, it's going to be 7 differences of players that wasn't even with us in training camp that's going to end up possibly on the roster. It could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It just depends. So we shall see.
Most definitely. I feel like we're gonna pick up a lot of O linemen off, like a pretty good amount of O linemen off the waivers. There's just gonna be a bunch of talks. It's gonna be so you're just gonna sit back basically these next day and a half.
No. I'm gonna still report news and go at it and do the fantasy streams that I have. It's just I like when chaos is going on. The best thing to do is observe because a lot of people jump to conclusions um, instead of really soaking in. Because I like to think of it as they did this. Why did they do it?
Yeah,
What what is the risk? I like to evaluate all those things and then come up with the mental conclusion based off of all the predetermined information that we already have to come up with my ultimate goal is figuring out what is this team trying to accomplish. And I don't think I think we're halfway there and we're not even fully right now. My analysis on this team is that we're going defense to offense. Defense to offense. And people want offense now. Offense, get the line, get this, get that. We're going defense to offense. You want to win, you have a A1 defense first, and they're trying to surefire that up.
because like it said, defense does with championships, and the defense for the Patriots has gotten Tom Brady out of some pretty big pickles sometimes, and just stops the opposing offense. And I think everyone wants to see offense because they see the Patrick Mahomes of the world, they see the Rams putting up monstrous numbers until all of a sudden nobody wants to talk about the Rams offense when the Patriots shut them down in the Super Bowl, and people are like, "Oh, that's just I didn't like that Super Bowl because there's not enough scoring." Because people like that new era of players where the touchdowns are constantly happening, and that's from the college game. So
Yep.
Anything else to say?
What's up, Matthew? What's going on, man?
What's up? I ain't got really much to say. I mean, like you were saying, it's like a chess match with these defenses
Man,
in the
and
Super Bowl game.
I learned something today, man. I didn't even know myself until I was on my earlier live stream, and I looked it up with everybody while I was on the stream. It's amazing to me how it shocked me. I would have never guessed it. When you look at the Patriots the last 7 years, they have been on average the lowest spending team in the trenches. It
Hmm.
shocked the heck out of me. They spent in 7 years since 2013 on their offensive line. The league average on the O line is about $37 million per year. The league
Wow.
average, and they've spent no more than $24 million in any of those years on an offensive line. The average for them is somewhere around 22 million, 21 million. They have years at
Wow.
19, they have years at 20, they have years at 21, but they actually don't spend money on the O line, nor do they spend money on the defensive line. It was shocking to me. I thought, of course, you need to build the trenches first, but they do it the smart way of building the trenches at a great price. And then on top of it, they put all their money in their secondary. $49 million left in the secondary.
TD Rip Tupac says, "Ask TD why he hating on my 53-man roster."
I'm not hating on his man roster, man. He had man, who did he have over
Needham.
what? Huh?
He
He
had
had
Needham.
somebody. Was it Needham? Ass Rip was it Needham over Bryce Butler and
Oh
Allen
no.
Hurns.
No, he had no for that. He had Isaiah Ford. He had Grant Albert, um, Preston, Parker. I
It
said
was his
Isaiah
last
Ford.
guy.
Has
It was
Isaiah
his
Ford
last
made the
guy.
team?
I can't think of who else he had over that. Cause then he had Hearns in the on the practice squad. He had sorry
Exactly.
Rip.
You can't think about it. Ask Rip Tupac who was the person he said was gonna make the team over Bryce Butler and Allen
He
Hurns.
said, "Man, I don't have need him." TJ Raymond.
Oh
Yeah.
Ram.
Hey man, Rip, that'll shock me. But it's possible. You
You think
never know.
Isaiah Ford, or who do you think's the wide receivers are going to make this roster right now?
I hope it's Isaiah Ford. I hope he makes it. I hope he's that last guy.
I
And
think
that's on the
Preston, Parker, Stills, Grant,
yeah.
Wilson.
And I hope Isaiah Ford.
If still there.
Yeah, if we don't trade him. Hopefully we don't.
I don't know. And people are like coming to conclusions. Even Doug, I didn't think Doug would do this, but he posted on Twitter about um, the peace sign by Devontae Parker, and he's saying something about him wanting to be traded. But or like
Devon,
yes,
I mean, he may want to be traded, but we're not cut. That's a whole year waste of money because guaranteed it's next year where you can cut him and not take any hit. But he's getting paid this year regardless. That's a little strange to think that we would cut Parker. But if we do, that means we just lost out on some cash for nothing.
and it was a whole big waste of time for him because how much we gave up for him to draft Devontae Parker. That's why I'm like still kind of holding on to Devontae Parker because I know how much we gave up for him to be able to draft him. I just want him to be able to succeed and show because he was supposed to be an elite wide receiver, and he is that while he's on the field. I guess I can't say he's elite, but he's a very good wide receiver. He's just not able to stay healthy for a whole season and stay out on the field and get to that 1,000 yards.
People are just turned off by his injury. That's all.
True. Well, if Kiko is gonna leave, then I think we need to pick up another linebacker. I know the Raiders just cut Brandon Marshall. linebacker.
Brandon Marshall's a good option.
He's
Good veteran option.
He's a good option to pick up if you want to get another linebacker in there. Obviously, we have our 3, but I feel like we could use another linebacker. Don't you?
We're gonna have plenty. I think we're gonna actually run with 6 on the roster. Kiko's gonna be on this roster. It'll be hard to even find a trade partner for the $6.5 million. But at the end of the day, I think people are already asking me, hey, this team let that player go. Do you think they'll be a good option? The best option for the Miami Dolphins to bring in at the linebacker position is whoever they end up bringing in. Because at the end of the day, we could say that about 60 players. As of tomorrow, there'll be 60 linebackers available.
Yeah.
80 linebackers. So whoever they bring in is somebody that they've been looking at for quite some time, who are on the chopping block, looking like they don't know if they're going to make it or not. But I really don't think. I think we already got all our linebackers. Kiko, I'm telling you, who's going to take that $6.5 million contract?
Apparently, the Raiders are interested.
Raiders are interested?
Yeah.
Who?
The Raiders are interested in Kiko.
But at what cost for us?
What was that?
I said, but at what cost for us? The Raiders can be interested, but what are we getting in return for Kiko? And do we have to send anything else with Kiko? Because the Raiders could be saying, I'm just saying hypothetically, TD, okay?
I'm saying we better not.
Exactly. Because I'm cool with Kiko whether he's here or not. Like it's not gonna make me cry if we lose Kiko or not. But what I will say is if we send Kiko, we better not be sending any draft picks with him. We better be getting some type of compensation for it.
Like at least like a 4th round or 5th round. Something out of him. Instead of just cutting him.
Do we realize why Kiko requested a trade in the first place?
Because he ain't starting.
Because he got a split reps now. And he's coming up on a contract after this year. He's going to be in a contract year. So he wants to make his best impression so he could possibly get his last good NFL deal. And that's not going to be feasible in Miami, splitting reps with Sam Egglevon and Jerome Baker playing as well as they are.
It's true. The center from the Raiders, he just agreed to a contract extension that makes him the richest center in the NFL right now. 3 years, $33.4 million contract extension with $24.4 million guaranteed.
Wait,
how much guaranteed?
$24.4 million.
$24 million guaranteed on a $33 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And that's a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
So 11 per 24. They're giving them 2 guaranteed with a little bit of extra cash at the end. In the center, 11 million. Well, like I said, the team that's been winning Super Bowls,
Tyler
spend an
Fink
average
says.
$50 a year on the O-line.
Who knows? The Raiders may be trying to get Tua next year, and they want to shore up the center position. Who knows?
True. Tyler Fink says make a huge trade with the Texans. We get Clowney in a 1st round pick with a 2nd round pick. Give them Kiko and Tunsil. So he's saying he wants.
So we give up a 1st and 2nd.
So we get Clowney in a 1st and 2nd and give him Kiko and Tunsil.
Who said that?
I don't think the Texans are going to do that.
I think I said his name right, Tyler Fink.
Tyler?
Throwing Kiko in makes it more reasonable for Houston, but I don't know, man.
I don't even think Houston needs a linebacker, but
Rip Tupac says, tell Finsanity that I had Nick Needham on practice squad.
Me too. You had Needham? Finsanity making the roster?
No. First of all, I don't make 53-man rosters. I just support who makes the cut. That's what I do. And
Okay,
another
so
superstition I
practice
have, I
squad.
refuse to buy a quarterback jersey until that quarterback wins me a Super Bowl. So I've never owned a quarterback jersey in my life out of all the ones that
Mm.
we've had during my lifespan.
Yeah,
So
I
once
made a
one
Steady,
mistake
wins me
buying
a Super
Tannehill.
Bowl, we talk. Huh?
That's I
steady.
made a mistake getting Tannehills.
Yeah, I
Hey,
got one too, and I got it the year. I got it last year, right the beginning of the year.
listen. Sometimes it's just the breaks. Give Tannehill this defense, and we're probably in some serious business. That's what I'm gonna say. But sometimes it's
Really?
just the breaks.
So Tannehill in this system now can still win.
Huh?
So if Tannehill's in on this team right now, he could do pretty well.
Are you asking me or are you telling
I'm
me?
asking you.
If Tannehill was in this system, yeah, could you give him a power running back, which he had in 2016? You give him multiple power running backs. I would just follow that same formula from 2016, and you have a defense that can give him a ball in a reliable field position where he's not taking sacks in the end zone every single game, getting safeties or balls going over his head. I think Tannehill is very underrated and very underappreciated, but I'm glad he's gone. Let me add that to the end of the statement. I'm glad he's gone.
I
I'm,
hope
I'm
I hope he gets a starting job in Tennessee or something like that. I really do hope for it, that he has a good rest of his NFL career, make some good money for him and his family, because he's not bad. He's
He
not
made enough money.
well. How much has he made over his NFL career? How much is enough at this point?
and he done made $100 million. He's good.
Exactly.
Already? All right.
Yeah, he
True.
done made
Didn't we
100
give
million.
him like 96?
Well, that's not
Did he
even
get
including
did he get the rest of the money from the Dolphins though?
Yeah, I mean he's
He getting a
made
chunk of
about
it.
100 million. At the end of the day,
True.
whatever
I
he
just hope.
Bad endorsements.
it's still a first round pick.
True.
Mm.
Are you taking new callers? Just got in. Yeah, totally. If you want to join in the stream and talk, totally available. The link is up
Hey, I
in the comment.
got a proposal for you all. I have a proposal.
All
Tell
right.
me what you guys think. You good with that, big boy?
Good.
Imagine if we did pull the trigger on trading Tunsil, bringing in Clowney, getting a first round pick and a second round pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we took that round pick and that second round pick and brought in
Brought in who?
Jalen Ramsey.
I don't even think we need to discuss that.
Just imagine that. You got Clowney and Ramsey, which makes it that much more realistic
Which
that
means
Clowney
we're
won it.
still not building through the draft, like Ross said.
No. Hold on.
First of all, we can build the
No,
offense
no,
through
no.
the draft.
It's not that we're not building through the draft, but we have solidified our defense, and now we can use all of our draft picks on the offense to build through the draft, fixed in the trenches.
Well, we got 19 people in here. TD, you making me actually get viewers.
What happened?
You're actually making me get viewers. I have like 19 people in here. Pete Martinez is in here.
Kennedy, man,
Pete.
you're on Fridays. You said Pete in the room?
Mm-hmm.
Man, Pete, man, don't make me tell y'all what Pete called me about
He said Fitzpatrick will drown the Finns.
Good thing
Pete is
Dolphins can swim in water.
Pete going through a little something right now with Rosen not starting. He's not having a good day, man. He couldn't sleep last night.
We're sorry, Pete. It's just how it goes. You lost.
But here's the thing though, TD, about your comment. Wow, that would be very interesting. I would love it. I would love to have Ramsey and Clowney. Like, you give me Ramsey and Clowney with what we have now. We better get 11-5 at that point. But then we
Yeah,
gotta
man.
pay both, right? I know we got
Huh?
money. I know we have money.
Ramsey and Clowney.
Ramsey wants to be the highest paid
Talk
cornerback,
about
and I'm pretty sure
those
Clowney
guys
wants
are
to be somewhere up there.
Rip Tupac said you don't gotta pay TD to Pete.
What happened? What
Hmm?
happened?
Rip Tupac said that Pete doesn't have to pay anything to you.
No, he doesn't. Pete's all good, man. But Ramsey and Clowney up about $38 million of our cap per year, and that would leave us with about
90, 80.
60.
What's up, y'all?
So
Close to
Oh,
65 remaining.
it's Kiko's best friend. Hey, how you
Yes,
doing,
sir.
Manuel?
Yeah, how you doing,
Manuel, what's up, man?
I'm
man?
good.
I left the chat. You guys were talking about making that trade for Tunsil.
TD's saying something crazy.
Yeah, that's why I had to get on, man. I can't support any kind of trade for Tunsil. Nothing. I don't even want 3 first-round picks.
So
I don't
you
want
don't
it.
want the 5 first round? You don't want the 5
No.
first round picks? Yeah. Don't tell me you can't support any trade.
5 maybe, not 3. I don't even want 3.
Maybe. Wow, you said maybe, huh?
Maybe. Man, he's. Go ahead.
What difference has it made? Other than being a really, really, really good left tackle, what difference has he made on this team?
That's all he can be is a really, really, really good offensive tackle. I'd rather have a really good offensive tackle than have to search for a really good offensive tackle, especially as young as he is.
We don't need a really good offensive tackle.
Manuel.
We just need a good We just need a good tackle and a good guard for the same
We
price.
don't need a really, really good defensive end either. We just need one good that's gonna do his job.
That's true, but
I definitely know Clowney.
Which one's more valuable?
Tunsil over Clowney for sure, and especially, I mean, man, you got Clowney with his back surgery. I know Tunsil doesn't have any kind. I'm sorry.
When did he have
Clowney?
Yeah, when did he have back surgery?
If not back surgery, I know he had a back injury. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're talking about his rookie year and his sophomore year when he had some. Out of 48 games, he played 45 of them. That's a misconception out there right now. That people that don't want him are driving. He's injury prone. He played 45 out of 48 games, bro. And then we underestimate a guy who's a 3-time Pro Bowler.
I'm trying to get a great one on here.
I don't think I think Tunsil still has 2 more years left on his contract. Jadeveon Clowney is already demanding a high contract, wants to play for a contender, so he doesn't even see us as contenders.
Well, Manuel, do you see us as a contender?
I absolutely do see us as contenders.
Okay, then. So he wants to play for a contender.
Okay, but saying that after saying he wants to play, well, I don't know if he said it. I guess I don't know if it's speculation or if it came out his mouth that he said he wants to play for Seattle or the Eagles.
Manuel, watch my video tonight. That's all I'm gonna say, and this will put a lot of things to rest for you. Okay?
It's your own video or is it on TD's channel?
It's gonna be on TD's. All my videos will always be on TD's channel.
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet.
Okay, I thought I missed it. I seen the first video, but I guess I thought I missed the next one.
No. We always give people time to get off. Huh? But Manuel, you have to sometimes say what's best for the franchise. And sometimes letting go of Tunsil and getting some more assets, some younger assets, is what's best. Imagine if we keep Tunsil and he gets hurt and then he's out for the whole season. Where does that put us?
I don't even want to imagine that right now.
It's a possibility, though, is it not?
Like Flores said, it's better to have 3 good players instead of 1 great player.
I mean, if you're talking about trading for Clowney and Ramsey and all of that, then yeah, of course. But I don't see. I don't see it being a fair trade for Clowney for Tunsil.
Okay. I have another question for you, Manuel. Okay. All right. You ready?
I'm
Do
ready.
you think that this offense is going to carry us to the playoffs?
I believe we have the chance to.
You believe the offense is what's going to carry us?
I believe the team is gonna come through for each
I'm
other.
talking
When
about offense versus defense. If you had to choose which one is more likely to get us to the playoffs, their play, which one is it?
I believe it's gonna be a mix of both. That some days when the defense isn't doing so good, the offense is gonna be the one to come in and pick them up. Same way the other way around. If the offense isn't doing too good, I believe this team is gonna come together and help themselves, because that's what I've seen. That's what I've seen in the past from this kind of team. When our offense isn't doing so good, our defense will come out, and vice versa.
Did we just release Bryce Butler?
I have no idea, but I see that coming. Let him get a chance to play somewhere else. We're stacked.
I
We're stacked.
honestly believe that this defense is going to carry us.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe so
It's going
too.
to carry us.
It's going to be
It's going
very
to
low scoring
carry
games.
us.
I think the whole team is gonna carry each other. Because the defense is gonna give up. The defense is gonna give up big plays. You got to understand. They're not gonna be big play free. You know, they're gonna get scored on.
Yeah, Bryce Butler's released.
It's gonna happen, but it's gonna be up to our offense to go out there and score more points. Just like
or
if the
our defense for not being the defense of old and not giving up as many points.
I think our offense.
My point is, what I'm trying to get to you is having Laramie Tunsil on the roster is not going to make or break our offense. He's not going to make.
I think it's going to make for the future of this offense. Having someone to go out there and actually, he's a leader.
He said something that wasn't true, and Laramie Tunsil still has 2 years on his contract.
How much he has left?
1.
This is it, and then he's on. Then that's to decide if they're going to make the contract.
This is his last year?
Yes.
2019?
Then they need to have a contract conversation. That's why they were hoping his team was hoping they would be doing him a contract right now. But it looks like they're going to wait until next offseason. But what we have to understand is Laramie Tunsil is about to be a $17 or $18 million per year guy. And I don't know if did you see my stream earlier?
I saw parts of it. Your streams are really long. I can't really watch the whole thing. Always.
So, did you see the part where we went over the offensive lines in the league and how much they're paying?
What, with New England?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw parts of it.
Yeah, for the last 7 years, do you know how much money they averaged on their entire offensive line? Do you know how much money it was?
I do not.
They never spent more than $24 million, and they average about $22 million.
For all 5 starters?
On the entire unit and reserves. $22 million per year average on the offensive line. And we are sitting here talking about giving one man $18 possible million per year. $22 million. We're talking about the perennial Super Bowl winning champs.
What years was that?
What happened?
What you said it was an average between what years? Between like the past 5 years?
2013 and this year. They never spent more than $24 million. Never. On the whole unit. I'm not talking about the top 5. I'm talking about all 8 or 9 that they have on the roster. Never, not once spent more than $24 million. And we're talking about making a guy an $18 million guy.
That's not for certain. There's not even that's not for certain that we're trying to give Laramie Tunsil $18 million. Although it's possible and quite likely that he's gonna want that, but you never know. Maybe he gives us a good deal because he buys into the system and he wants the advantage that Tom Brady likes to have.
Then name me what
Maybe
that good
some-
deal would look like. How many million would Laramie Thompson take? Because you cannot tell me there isn't a team out on the free agent market that is willing to make him the highest paid at 18 million. So name to
But
me
maybe
what
he
type
buys
of
into our
discount-
system.
You have to forget. You
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
that.
but
You're
what
right. No,
kind
he's
of
gonna
discount?
he's
There's
gonna get a
nobody-
lot of money. I understand he's gonna get a lot of money.
No one's
But that
falling
doesn't
into
mean
the
he's
gonna-
system if they're talking about revolting right now.
You have to remember that Larry Matuntu lost a lot of money by where he dropped in the draft. So if you think he's not going to try to get some of that back and more, come on now. He ain't from Miami. He ain't giving no hometown discount. You got a better
He
chance
lose a
of
lot
getting
of
that from
money,
Albert
though.
Wilson.
From number 1 overall.
We'll see.
To 30
We'll see.
Listen,
Hey,
you know, Manuel,
hey,
I admire your
don't
loyalty to the
smile,
players.
Manuel. Don't
You need to
smile,
be.
Manuel. I'm
You need
still
to
waiting
be
on the number.
like for real. You need to be a manager or a sports agent because your loyalty to some of these players is unprecedented, and it really makes my heart smile.
I hear you,
Because
but
you ready
I
to
feel
hold
like
your feet
trading
up.
right now for Jadeveon Clowney. I would pick Larry Tunsil over Jadeveon Clowney, especially for this year.
Okay, and that's
Of
why
course,
the Texans.
but it's not just Jadeveon Clowney.
Right.
It's Jadeveon Clowney with the first rounder and the second rounder as well.
They said a first and a second because all I heard so far was just and a first.
The
No,
Dolphins
And
what I'm
still
telling
no.
you is Houston said a first. Miami said no, we want more draft capital, and I got word that it was an additional second. And that's up to Houston whether they want to do the deal or not.
TD, someone asked what you're doing here. Like,
him for a first, a second, and Clowney, knowing that you're about to have to pay him $2, and then you got the
You
prototype.
we could franchise him. How much would that give him?
Franchise tag Laramie Tunsil.
Absolutely.
don't piss them off.
Why do you think Davian Clowney's mad now?
I get you, but he's mad now. He's mad now. What's gonna make Jadeveon Clowney happy?
Getting a long-term deal.
A big long-term deal. He wants to get paid.
Listen,
He wants to get paid that same 15, 18 million that you're talking about that Larry Tunsil wants. He wants the same 18 million.
But at least that 18 million comes with a first round pick attached to it.
In a second rounder. See, I don't.
But a first round pick isn't always gonna play out. We have a first round pick right now, defensive end, and he's not living up to it.
Who?
Charles
Harris. He was a first round.
Yeah, but we'll let this. You're right about that. But that's why they're trying to bring in.
Opportunities was the man given. Like honestly,
they're trying.
You're
to
right.
Developing him.
3. This is gonna be his third or fourth one.
He's been getting developed. Let's see him play out this year. If not, ship him off. But
yeah, I hear you.
But
I want to see him play. I want him to ball out.
Because we coveted Wake so much, and we brought in other guys. We never put him out there on the field to actually get what's his name reps. Now, if you want to say a wasted first round pick, the guy from Oregon, Dion, that was a waste. We could talk about that one if you want to talk about it, but I still think Charles Harris has upside and potential.
That's 2.
Listen, Charles.
I hear you. Yes, upside. I hope he balls out. I hope he's. I don't know if you could call him a comeback player, but the most improved player on our defense. I hope he comes out and gets 15, 16 sacks.
That's a stretch, but
no, that's more than a stretch.
We're under.
That's a reach.
What? Maybe he balls out in this defense that they know how to use him better.
He can get one a game, but that's a stretch.
The most important part of football is developing talent, and we underestimate that. We underestimate developing talent by trying to keep high-priced people. Like, we're giving coaches too many passes to say, like, literally, why can't we Dolphins trade for another offensive lineman? Another update from Rip. Rip said we got another offensive lineman. It's gonna keep happening. That's why I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna sit back, watch, and then give. At the end of the day, I'm pretty much gonna talk about what's the overall. But why can't we just focus on coaches developing talent and not worrying about the talent that came in as talent and then having to pay it $18 million a year? Why are we so scared of looking for? We worrying about finding the right talent in players when we need to be worried about finding the right talent in coaches. We need to find the right talent in coaches so that every time one of these guys come up for a contract, Laramie Tunsil up for a contract, thank you for your service. Go out there in free agency and get as much money as you can. You've earned it. Now we're about to develop the next guy. And then we're going to develop the next guy. Who else is up for a big deal?
Because that's what New England does. They don't rebuild, they reload every year.
But they
I hear you.
develop.
That's a stretch too, though. That's
What's a stretch?
doing exactly that, having the next guy ready, being able to make sure that the next guy up is ready. That's
right.
tough.
You're right about that. But what's wrong with going ahead and setting that precedent now that certain positions we are not going to overpay? I guess here's my thing, and people are starting to get upset with me about it because I'm always talking about the Patriots, right? But my thing is, they have the winning formula. Nobody can deny that. They have the winning formula. It's not the Patriots formula. It's the winning formula. They just execute it. Now we're about to do the formula, and now the Patriots are finally going to feel competition because they realize that it's not about the team. It's about following the formula, and now who can follow it the best. That's the real competition in the league. Run the same formula that wins, but who executes it the best? That's what it's about. And these guys spend $22 million a year in the trenches on the offensive line. And do you know they spend less on the defensive line?
Wait, hold on. The Dolphins just made a trade.
Who?
With the coach.
Yeah, with the Colts. 2020 pick swap.
Who?
What round?
I'm not sure. He's a center and a guard. Evan Bowen. He's played 42 games, 13 starts for the Colts.
You know what year those 13 starts were?
I'm not sure.
Well, that's what we're about to bring in. A lot of guys who.
Yeah, we have traded an undisclosed conditional 2020 draft pick to Indianapolis.
Conditional. I love it. Conditional. Thanks, Rip, for the news, man. That you dropped me. But we're gonna keep on bringing in offensive linemen. What did I tell y'all? What did I say gonna happen before the end of this off season? This probably ain't even the full offensive line that we're gonna have. That's why we're worried about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make moves for us all. We're not done. I look for maybe 2 more offensive linemen.
Because we probably got that guy from Indianapolis from our offensive line coach Gooch. He may have coached him and he liked him over in Indianapolis. Brought him over.
He already knew him.
Guy already knows how he coaches, so that's a good guy he can get in there.
And they might be preparing for Laramie Tunsil's exit too. I'm just saying.
Well, we haven't got a tackle yet. Only guards.
Well, go look at the Patriots roster last year. Do you know that they had no one listed as an official left tackle other than the guy they traded?
I did not know that.
Because for them it doesn't matter. They all play multiple positions. It's not about, we got our left tackle. No, we got our offensive lineman who can switch in and out as necessary and there. We develop talent. We develop guys who know how to play football. Instead of falling in love with this one position guy that plays this and he's solidified at that spot. That is $22 million, man. $22 million average per season for the last 7 seasons, and look how many Super Bowl appearances. And people want to sit here and tell me that you have to spend money on the trenches? Yeah, I'll agree with you. You got to build the trenches. But why do we ignore the key word? Build. Build, not spend money on it just to have it.
That's what a lot of fans don't get. The fans don't really get about the rebuild. It's like they say that they want it, and then they just want all these big names out there. What I've seen.
I mean, if you can block, you can block. at this point.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need. Block.
We've had a hard time finding that in the past decade or so.
Richie left,
I agree, but it's the past, man.
which was ridiculous. Richie should have never left the Miami Dolphins.
He didn't really leave.
Incognito.
Who? Oh no, man, he was shipped out of town, man. The NFL made sure that happened.
Yeah.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yep.
That-
Man, he was booked, man.
Yeah. I understand.
Jonathan Martin. I remember he was bullying Jonathan Martin because of his sexual.
He took it to the extreme, but I do feel like Jonathan Martin did need to be a little bit toughened up, just a little bit. But
Jonathan Martin has mental
not in
illness.
not in that fashion. Maybe the coaches could have handled it, you know.
Yeah, but Jonathan Martin has some mental illness, obviously.
You know,
I
this
mean-
reminds me of, remember the movie A Few Good Men, where they issued a quote unquote code red and they were trying to toughen the guy up, but they were trying to figure out if it was really issued by the coaches. The coaches told them to toughen up. I don't know. I can't remember what happened to the coaches, but who did it fall on? It fell on the guys who actually tried to toughen them up. Those guys were found guilty. I don't think our coaches were ever really found guilty.
I believe some of that too. They just asked the wrong person to do it. Incognito, he just, oh yeah, I can. He gonna go all out, man.
He was doing it before they gave him permission.
Exactly, man. Incognito would play games.
Incognito
like
may be one of the best left guards like ever that we ever had.
I
He was
mean,
tough.
That dude pancakes people constantly.
He was tough. He would kick a block, but you know what? Of course, it's the Dolphins, so make him ship him out. If he went on the Patriots, just slap him with a quick fine, real quick $5,000 fine. And,
Ross's pockets aren't that deep.
Well, I don't know about that.
They're not Robert Kraft deep.
When
When
you build a stadium or not build it, but make some renovations to a stadium
And some big renovations.
You got some money. That's some payroll right
Yeah,
there.
no. I understand, but I guess he's in probably other people's pockets, Robert Kraft, because he gets away with everything, and gets minimum punishment. To me, is what it seems like to me.
Listen, the fact that Gordon is still in the NFL, I'm still baffled. I'm not for anyone losing their job, but by golly, if that would have been anyone else, they would have already had a lifetime ban.
Robert
And let's
Kraft.
be honest with the policy.
We wouldn't have been able to get him. We had no chance.
Oh man. Tom Brady traded to Miami.
Oh no.
That wouldn't even do us no good.
Oh
Who?
yeah.
Tom Brady.
Hey, he is a free agent this coming summer.
Let's pay him $45 million a year for the best quarterback ever of all time.
And
They
then we
would be the dumb ones.
I'd be so mad.
$45 million per year, 5 more years. Play till he's
where do you
55.
think he would work? Or where he would go if it wasn't New England?
I don't think he'll go anywhere. He'll retire.
Retire.
Think so?
Because that's legacy. Somebody of his stature, you don't even touch the legacy.
Yeah.
Pete's saying to fire Greer right now.
What happened?
Shut up here.
Who got fired? Oh, no way.
He's still mad about this Rosen thing, man.
Pete has been on Greer's tail all week. But Pete, I love your dedication. I love anyone's dedication and loyalty. I admire that.
Pete is not happy about it. How many people in the room, big boy?
We're down to like 12. We were up to like 20, and I'm like one subscriber away from 50. I know that.
That's what's up, man. You'll get it. You'll get it today.
I hope so. I keep releasing these Madden videos. I hope people are liking them.
I got to see episode, I think 6.
All right, because I record like a bunch of them, and I'm just starting to release a bunch of them today.
Nice. Well, guys, I gotta actually get up out of here, man.
All right, thank you so much, D.
Try to get up off my back, man. I heard it somehow, and I've been in pain all day.
Hey, feel better, all right?
I'm trying my best, man. I'll see y'all later this evening.
All right, feel better. See
All
you.
right. Thank you. Fins up.
All right. Well, I don't think any more news is really coming out right now.
No.
So I think I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you so much for joining me on here. Well, I really wish I could have gone to that 50 subscribers, but it's whatever.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't even have 50, believe it or not. But that's because I don't really send you videos. So
Yeah.
you'll get there. And anything I can do to help, just let me know, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.
God bless.
Bye. If you guys aren't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe. Like this live stream. If you're not subscribed to get me to 50 subs. And thank you guys so much for watching. Fins up, guys.